Hello, everyone. Welcome to ACE, our end of seasons awards show. We're here today to give praise to those individuals. Hello, everyone. That did. Oh wow!
Welcome
one
to
second. Little bit of an echo. Who did really well this year in the OLS, or this split at least. We had a lot of great performances and players, and we're gonna point some of those out now. So to start it all off, I just want to let everybody know how we did it. I picked 8 people to rank these to give point totals to each award, and then I averaged out the point totals, and whoever had the best point total from the average, they won the award. I got the 8 people from completely different groups of people. I really appreciate those guys for helping me out. And I guess we'll just get into it. Also, I'm joined by Keith and Cassidy. Keith Stetsko, so freaky. Cassidy, OMF Dunsey. Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I appreciate that. All right, so without any further ado, let's just get right into it. And we're gonna start off with our Blue Conference All Stars, or not All Stars, like All Americans. If you know anything about that, like college football does. So we're going to start off with the all-conference blue team. So I just want you to know the candidates first. The all-conference top laners for the blue conference. So these were the people that could have been it. We had Ka 8 seat, Stuffed Man, Sealant, and Medusa. All these guys did really well this split. 3 of those people were on playoff teams, ranked very highly in the top 4. One didn't make the playoffs, sadly, but all of them played really good splits. But the all-conference top laner from the blue side, definitely we're gonna give it to Stuffman from TRF. He had a great season. Many said he was the best top laner almost in the entire league. Keith, you got to face TRF a couple times this year. How did you feel about Stuffman?
He was really, really difficult. He had solid play every single time that we played against him. He played really, really well. And I know that the joke for their team was that it was Versh in the jungle, and he would just destroy everywhere, and he would just run around, and pretty much control the entire map. And honestly, I think that Stuffman was a really big part of that, because he brought solid play all the time in top lane, and it made it really easy for Versh to they synergized really well whenever he would go up there, and he also controlled the top side of the map really well. So I think he absolutely deserves it.
Yeah, we saw in the playoffs, and we saw many times throughout the season, that he was able to carry games as well from the top lane. His Gnar was really scary, so very, 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 very good player for the Blue Conference, and it showed all season. Next, we're going to move into the jungle for the Blue Conference. This conference was full of very, very talented junglers this whole entire season. The candidates for all conference in the blue side for the jungle position were Silent K from Sexiled out of League 2.0. You can't say anything more for that guy. He switched to jungle. He did really well this whole entire split. We also had TR.
Jungle Katarina.
Yeah, he pulled out the jungle Katarina. Then we're gonna go with TRF Versh. Obviously, it's been talked about. Everybody knows TRF Versh. Everybody knows how great he's a jungler. He carries his team from there. He was also another candidate. And I don't know if people are gonna be surprised by this, but Filthy Peasants is the third best. Was the third decision as a nominee for this position. He had a really good split for the Butt Putters. He would single-handedly carry games, and some people think the team went with him. So, without further ado, we'll get into who actually got the all-conference honor for the blue side, and it went to Silent K from Sex Out of the League. Switching to jungle was really impressive, and you did a really, really good job. I'm sorry. You guys went 13-1. That's super impressive. So that's enough to earn the spot on the Ace all-conference jungle. Cassidy, yeah, you know Chad a lot. How do you feel about his play this split in the jungle?
Yeah, very impressive. Chad took that aggressive mentality that he had in the mid lane. He was always, balls to the walls, and everyone made fun of him for it. They gave him shit for being to all his deaths are worth for all his kills, and he translated that aggression into a very phenomenal jungle play this season. So definitely deserves it.
I couldn't agree anymore. So we're going to go into the mid lane now for the Blue Conference. I'm sorry if we're going through this a little slow. I just want to give everybody the props. Everybody had a really good season. And I like to point out the people who might not have won the award, but still were really up there for it. So the next award, we have the mid lane, of course, for the Blue Conference. And the people that were up for that award were Koyas Honki's Fartosh, the Butt Putters Arctic Manatee, which is Leah. We had ZZ from Sex Out of the League. And we had DDM13, Eric, from his own team, Your Mom. All really, really good play this split. And it was really hard to do this decision, I think. But it ended up coming back up with a unanimous decision for our mid laner for the all-conference team, Fartosh from the Kodas Honkies. Very, very good split. His first split at the OLS, and he showed up and showed out. Keith, he is your mid laner, so you have anything to say about Fartosh?
I mean, our team is pretty much built around him and Mikey. So I mean, it's kind of understandable. He and Mikey both carry games from their respective positions, and I think that they do it really well. I'm not saying that Eric and Leah don't do the same thing. I think they do. I just think Fartosh there have been games where he's literally put the entire team on his back and just carried us, and I'm really appreciative that he's on my team.
I agree with that statement. He's a very, very good mid laner. You guys are lucky to have him. We're going to move into AD carry, and this was easily the hardest choice throughout. I had to give to anybody who was voting. As many of you guys know, there's a very, very good AD carry pool on the blue side of the conference, or the blue side of the brackets and stuff. There was 5 possible choices because we really couldn't just cut anybody out. We have Kostoikion, obviously captain for the Kodas Honkies. Christmas Eve, even though he didn't play very many games in the AD carry spot, everybody was still feared him there, and he was able to make plays elsewhere. Sex Out of the League, Gumby, obviously showed up numerous times throughout the split. Very good play, played for a very, very good team. We also have Barcode Dave Lee come in there. Very good for Your Mom. Carried most of those games for them, so he was a really high contender in my eyes. And then we have C9 Asian Blaze, who's probably a little bit less known. He's from Gem Knight. I blanked on the name, I'm sorry there, Dick Maynard. He's from Gem Knight, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Gem Knight.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's from Gem Knight. He was also in the running because he had a very, very good season. But the winner for AD carry is Sex Out of the League Gumby. Super good split. There's not really much you can say about that. He took home 4 of the 8 first place votes, so it was very impressive from him. And I don't really know what else to say about that. Can you say anything about Gumby? I'm just real impressed with this split. But I've always thought he was pretty good. What do you think, Cassidy?
Yeah, as far as the season goes, Gumby absolutely showed up. I think you look at this blue conference, and at least 4 of these 5 are the best in the actual OLS. This was a very, very deep AD carry. So props to Gumby for taking home that award.
All right. We're going to move right into support. We only have 3 people for support, so the list was quite smaller. We have the captain, of course, of PMC, Jay Lysinger. Very, very good player, all split. Carried that team in the support role some games, which is very hard to do. So I was very impressed with that. We have Claude Bernucker. Some people say a one-hit wonder. Can only play that Lux, but you know what? When he gets that Lux, it's kind of scary. So you got to put him in there. And we also have the other Stoichion, the Mikey, whatever her name happens to be throughout the season. We have Alex, Valvex, also in the support, up there for support all conference. The winner, though, we had to give it to Lysinger. Very good split for PMC. It seemed like when they were doing well, he was doing well in the bot lane, and that bot lane was doing really good for them. And a lot of that seemed to go on his back. Keith, you guys played PMC quite a few times, just like you played TRF.
Yeah.
What do you think about Lysinger?
I think that their bot lane was really scary. It was one of those things where when I was jungling for our team, Mikey and Alex were just like, everything's going wrong, we need ganks now. And that was one of those times where I just think that they were both their AD carry and support controlled that lane really, really well. I just don't really.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, you watch. It's hard to say that about support. You know, you don't really like a support carry. No, not really. But he did look like he tended to do that. So that's your all conference team from the blue conference. If you look at that conference, those are all good players and very scary to face on their respective teams. You guys had a hell of a good season for the blue conference. But we're gonna move into the gold conference now. Yeah. So we're on the gold conference. That was mine and Cassie's conference, so we'll probably have a little bit more to say about this one. We're gonna get right into it with the top lane people that were up there. So we had SCW Law from Ohanamin's family. Of course, that was my top laner. That was Cassie's top laner. We have a lot of love for him. We think he did real well this split. Then we also have Everyone is OP from Team Fuck This Club. Very strong player. Everybody knows Evan's good. They fear the Quinn, and you know what? He showed up this split, and it was pretty obvious. Then we also have Zelkor from Meme Team 6. Now, some people would say Zelkor maybe didn't show up during the season, but he came back and he's shown in the playoffs why he is a very highly ranked player and why you need to respect him. So those were the 3 people that were nominated for all conference in the gold section as a top laner. So the winner is Zelkor. It was a very close vote actually between him and Evan. It wasn't that close. It wasn't like that far away. But Zelkor did almost have a unanimous decision. He had a really good split. Cassidy, what did you think about Zelkor this split?
I mean, yeah, having faced him, he's the real deal. He's gonna be tough to stop in the finals, and I look forward to seeing him there. He's got a really deep champion pool, so and it's also impressive because I'm pretty sure he started off as a jungler, and he switched to top. He made the adjustment, and he was able to carry games from there. So, good luck to him in the finals.
Oh, I agree with that question. That statement. We're gonna move into the jungle rules now. We had three nominees for the jungle in the gold conference. We had Durandon from C9, of course, Crusading Angel from Team Fuck This Club, and then we have Physion from Ohanamin's family. All these players did really well. Crusading Angel and Physion, they're all actually new members to the Law Pit, I'm pretty sure, the OLS. So very good split from brand new people to our group, and it's great to have them here. And the person who won jungle is Durandon for C9, and he is actually the only unanimous winner that everybody put as number 1 in all their votes throughout the whole all conference from each section. So big shout outs to him. Everybody thought that he was easily the best jungler for the gold conference, and you know, he really showed out. And it was a very, very, very good split for Durandon. I don't know if you played C9 or know much about C9, Keith, but did you watch Durandon play at all?
I subbed for some of the games and gold conference teams, and playing we played against him, and he was a monster. He was everywhere. It seemed like he was in every lane when he needed to be there. He just knew exactly what he needed to do, and he did it really well. Like I think he was really he really helped carry that team through a lot of things. I'm not saying everyone else did, but I think that he was a really important factor in that team.
I agree.
I think that he definitely deserves it.
Him and Curse Damon's synergy in that mid lane is very scary. So
yeah,
hey, that helps him win the best jungler for the gold conference. We're now going to go into the mid lane. We had a couple more. I purposely left out Cassidy because I dislike him because he was my mid and we sucked. So that's why you got left out, Cassidy. But our mid lane nominees were Bearded Dog from Team Fuck This Club, Curse Damon from C9, of course, him and Durandon. We had Chanksta from 420 Kittens, and we had SmartPants77 from Big Dick Club. All these mid laners did really well this split, but the one who set himself above all was Bearded Dog for Team Fuck This Club. He's also the captain, and he just was able to have games where he was absolutely dominant. I think he got like 5 of the 8 first place votes, so a very impressive showing for him from the voters. Bearded Dog's been here for a while. He's a veteran. So Cassie, how well you think he did this split?
Yeah, BD, I actually haven't seen him play mid lane in the OLS to this point. From my recollection, he played top, I believe, for the most part. He, showed that he was really, really good on his Victor. Everyone already knew that, but also he was able to hold a dominant mid lane even without that Victor. So props to BD for that mid lane.
A very, very good split from him. Curse Damon finished in second, and it was actually a lot closer than most other things were for this one. So Damon, don't hold your head. You were very close to being an all-conference player. We're gonna move into AD carry. We have Legendary Puppy from Ohanamin's family, Sralik from youmadbad.com, and Ozymandias23, that's Khalif, from his team, the Sovereign. I would say the AD carries for the gold conference were probably the most overlooked category, in all the rankings, because a lot of people, like we said earlier, the best ADKs were in the blue conference. I don't think anybody's gonna fight you with that knowledge. That's pretty known. So these were the people that were nominated for the gold conference, and the winner was Sralik for UMadBad.com. He had a good season.
Ohana means
What?
90-point bid.
Yeah. I guess he ended up being worth that 90 points though. He was probably, if not one of the best parts of that team, by a lot. He had a really good split. He single-handedly kept team in games. He got fed, and he did work. So he did really, really well. I don't really know too much to say. I didn't really watch too many UMadBad.com's games this year, and the only time we faced them was kind of a trolley game. So I don't really have much to say about that. But I mean, congrats, man. That was from the voters. You actually got the majority of the first place votes. I think you only had 2 people not vote you for first place. So congrats on a good season. Gold Conference AD Now the next role is where I think the Gold Conference was super strong in, and that was support. I think we had some of the better supports in the entire league. So we're gonna start that off right now. The nominees were Suezo Tiger, which of course a lot of people already thought he was the best support coming in. Then we had TSM Dr. Phil. We had Drugs, and we had TK Soul. All good players, very good splits. But the winner for all conference for the gold side for the support is, I don't think it's going to be a surprise to most people, Suezo Tiger. Or Susie Tiger to all those people out there who watched the draft and know that joke. Hell of a good support player. I played him, and going against Suezo Tiger is a little uncomfortable, because he's going to step up. He doesn't even have to have the best AD carry to do really well. So, great player for support, and we faced him, Cassidy, and we had to ban out. We had to ban him out. So, how do you feel about Suezo?
And Susie is the best support in the OLS. That guy is amazing. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about Susie. So, I mean, I have all the respect for him.
Yeah, and he's very, very good support. And just big congrats to you, man. You had a really hell of a good split. I don't think anybody will ever fight that. I mean, your team might have not did that well, but hey, you still got into the playoffs and everything.
Yeah.
So, hey, you did really well. So that's gonna finish our all conference teams. We're gonna move into the actual awards now, that are more individual. Except for best duo bot lane, that's a little bit later, but that's not an individual. But so we're gonna move into, I believe, yes, the nominees, and I'm 90% sure I'm right about this, is Captain of the Year. There were 5 nominees for Captain of the Year. All did a really, really good job. We had Mikey Alba he's called Stoichion from the Kodas Honkies. Jordan Lysinger, Jay Lysinger from PMC. Zach Versha, TRF Versh, everybody knows that. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Michael Heinrend, which is Durandon. He's from C9. And we had Cassidy Dunsmore for Ohana Means Family. Those were all the nominees. All had really, really good splits. All really, really good players. So the third place winner for this award is TRF Versh. That's what the voters chose. They said he had a great season. Just missed getting his team to the playoffs, really, further on to the playoffs. But third place nonetheless in the Captain of the Year award. Silver place went to Ohana Means Family Dunzi. I was on that team. Obviously, Dunzi was on that team. He led us to a 12-2 record. Yeah, first place, first seed. And we had a great split. And obviously, we came up short in the playoffs. Shout out to me Team 6 for beating us. But still a great captain nonetheless. But the winner that's taking home the award is Cause Stoichion. This is Mikey's award. I don't really know what else to say other than he did a really good job managing his team. He had a really good draft. I know personally that he has his team scrim a lot, practice a lot. He tries to get them to get better at the game together as a team, and it's really shown throughout the season. Keith, you're on that team, so you want to talk about what you think makes Mikey a very good captain?
I think he picked, just based off of drafting, I think that he picked a really good team. I mean, no, I'm biased because I'm on the team, but I just think that we work really well together. He picked people that were like Alex, I think was worth more than her points were. I don't know if she would be with everyone else, but she has really good synergy with Mikey, so I think that she was worth more than what Mikey paid for her. I think Fartosh was the same way. I know he paid a lot for Fartosh, but I think he brings a lot because he does. Not only does he do really well in the game and carries, but he also shot calls, which is really important. He does the majority of the shot calling in the game, and that's like really, really big for us. And then Will's just like consistent player up top all the time. So I just think, based off of that, I think he does it really well. And he also, makes us practice a lot. So he's really good at getting us motivated into games and stuff like that. So I really like it. I just think he's a good captain.
The voters agreed with you on that one. Cassidy, what do you think made Mikey the best captain, you think? This year? I mean, seriously, I know you finished second, so you might feel differently about that.
No, Mike, he's been a 4-time captain. This is his 4th split. He's been to the finals before, he didn't make the playoffs his very first split, in the OLS, but each year since then, he's been there. Second trip to the finals, it really shows, like, he's obviously knows what he's doing. Took a team that I think, that most people probably didn't consider finals material and got there. So, props to him.
Yeah. I hate that I had to give Mikey a award because I fucking hate him. So, yeah, it's definitely not biased because I didn't want him to win anything. I almost cheated and skewed the scores so he didn't win, actually. I just want to let everybody know that. I hope he loses in the finals. Okay. Alright.
God.
We're going to move to Most Feared Champion now, followed with the person who's playing that champion, of course. And, so yeah, the Most Feared Champion, these were the nominees for this. We had Everyone is OP on his Gnar, super scary. A lot of people agreed with that, and that was a heavy nomination. A lot of people named that award outside of the people voting, so very, very good job on that. We had Beard Dogs Victor, another Team Fuck This Club member, very scary on that Victor. A lot of people banded away from him. They did not want to see him playing it. We had Cursed Damon on his Syndra, which a lot of people who have been on the other side of that Syndra would agree. They don't want to face that thing. We have TRF versus Nocturne. He has a bunch of different junglers, but that Darkness Shroud and everything, that makes his Nocturne scary, and that's what put him up there on the list. And we have Filthy Peasants Diana. If you give him Diana, you're going to have a bad time, basically. So that's why we put him on this list. Very, very scary on that champion. Then we have Gory Hill's Shogath, which a lot of people might not know about. He plays Shogath mid, and it's scary, because you don't know what to do against it. And I'm like, wow, what the hell? So we put him on this list because, hey, he's really good on it, and he actually made people work around him playing that champion. So he was also a nominee. But the winner, actually, not the winner, I'm sorry. We got the 3rd place. Cursed Damon on his Syndra gets 3rd place. He good mid laner for C9, but I think people thought he also had other mid laners that people were a little bit afraid of. And then we have Filthy Peasants on Diana. Connor is a very good Diana player. He just got edged out. This was a very, very close vote with the winner. I personally would have voted. I personally voted his Diana to be scarier. But the winner was TRF. Oh, okay, it came up. It was TRF Versh on Nocturne. As a host, I kind of disagree with this, but the voters picked it, so I'm not going to fight them. I think he has as strong other junglers, but his Nocturne is scary. He picked it against Kaw in the playoffs. Then that game was a legendary 3-game series. So, Keith, you faced the Nocturne, hands on. So,
yeah.
Who do you think? What do you think of his Nocturne?
Nocturne's horrifying. Like, he really is. He's just a terrifying champion, and when you give him the burst, it's just, you're gonna have a bad time. I mean, every time I was trying to gank somewhere, Versh would be there, and then he would just darkness the entire map, and my gank would fail. It was not fun. But he knows how to play that champion really well. Before the changes to the jungle, he used to even do early dragons with him, and he knew exactly when to do it. I think that his Versh's Nocturne's horrifying. So I think that I also agree that Filthy Peasants Diana is also horrifying, but I don't know. I just think that Versh really, he does deserve this, but then he also has, Warwick and Vi, so I don't think it's just I think he has a group of champions that he's really, really terrifying on. I don't think it's just the Nocturne.
Okay, I agree to that statement. But I'm not going to go against my voters. So,
No.
Cassidy, what do you think about TRF versus Nocturne?
Definitely a signature champion. I don't know if he's actually played it as much recently, but everyone still is aware of it, knows it's there. That is KP's champion, the original KP back in first OLS. So, yeah, TRF first on the Nocturne, definitely scary.
But big shout out to everybody on that list because you guys are all very good at your at the champion you play, and nobody wants to see any of those champions when we're going into a game. So the next award is going to be the most improved player. The way we were giving this is how you improved throughout the split. It doesn't mean how high you jumped rank wise. It doesn't mean like I don't really. It just means like how much you improved individually over the split and played with your team. So there were 5 nominees for this award. We had So Frothy. He played jungle, he played support, he played mid, he played everything for Gem Knight, but he finally found his spot in the mid lane, and that's where he entered this discussion for most improved over the split. We have Scalagrimer. I don't know if I pronounced that right. He plays for umadbad.com. Good split in the mid lane, and he was able to hold his own against a lot of people. We had Sexile League Gumby for Sexile, of course. Super good split for him. Did really, really well as AD carry. And everybody's like, okay, yeah, Gumby's been a good AD carry, but he elevated himself to a scary AD carry this split, and that's why he got onto this list. We had Physion for Hanamin's family. A lot of people doesn't know him, but he went from Silver 5 and not being able to really counter gank too well and stuff like that to being a force to be reckoned with on our team. So we really appreciate that, and that's why he belonged on this list. And last but not least, we had Silent K for Sexile League. We gave this award to him because he improved his jungle play. Well, we didn't give the award to him, but we put him in the nomination because he improved his jungle play very large, a lot better. Sorry, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. So that's why we have him here. And we'll get into the who won what. Coming in third place was So Frothy. Like we said, he jumped around different positions, but finally found his home in the mid lane, and he did really, really well. And then we had Silent K finishing second in this award. Super good season. Picked up the jungle role and did really, really well with it. And last but not least, we have Gumby. He wins the award for most improved player. How do you feel about that, Keith? I know you're in the Blue Conference. You know a little bit about Gumby. How do you feel about him winning the award?
I think that he started off as a really good AD carry and then ended the season as a really, really good AD carry. I think that he synergized with his support really, really well, and I think that he could dominate pretty much any bot lane just by himself. Honestly, he was just he knew everything that he needed to know about everyone else, and he played really, really well against everyone. And I think he definitely deserves that. I think he did improve the most of anyone.
What do you think about Gumby winning this award for most improved player, Cassidy?
Yeah, I think he came in, as a player that everyone kind of knew about. They're like, yeah, he's not a pushover. Someone was actually saying that exact words to me last night, and ended up the split as a dominant force. He won the all conference gold or blue AD carry. So he definitely was a force to be reckoned with down there in the bot lane. Yeah, definitely a huge part of that Sexile success.
Alright. So the next award that we're going to be giving out is the Rookie of the Year. We defined rookie as this is your first split. It doesn't matter if you're a freshman, if you're a senior and you're just joining. This all it means is it's like your first split in the OLS. There's a bunch of nominations for this award because there's a bunch of very good players who just started playing with us. So I'll get to the nominations right away. We have SCW Law, the Ohana Means Family top laner. We have Fartosh, the cool ass honky mid laner. Zelkor, the Mean Team 6 top laner. Scholar Grimer, which I'm pretty sure he plays mid lane for UMadBuy.com, but I'm sorry if I messed that up. Curse Damon, another mid laner, plays for C9. Durandon, C9 jungler, and we have Jay Lysinger, the PMC support, who we've already talked about on this show, as he picked up the all-conference nod for the Blue Conference. So, coming in third place, we had Durandon, the C9 jungler and captain. Super good split for him. He led C9 to the playoffs, led them to the RP in his first ever split. So we were very impressed with him. Very, very, very good. I'm sorry, very good split. Coming in second is Fartosh, the mid laner for Kodas Honkies. We already talked about him. He's already been shown to be a good player, and everybody knows that. And he showed it, and that's why he got into second place for Rookie of the Year. And coming in first is, of course, Zelkor. Top lane, all conference for the Gold Conference. He's led his team to a championship, so there's not really much more you can say about the rookies. They kind of came and did their job. Most of those people, I think might have been the top 3 highest ranked players on the Rookie of the Year award, and that's not what we went by, I promise. That's just what people voted on, thinking that they just did the best. Cassie, we faced Zelkor, so you want to talk about him and his prowess? I guess you already did a little bit, but
yeah, we all, everyone at this point knows who he is. Captain. I think that's what kind of makes it even more impressive. Him and Durandon both captains as first OLS split freshmen, so they did an awesome job. And Zelkor, actually both of them, took it to the finals of the Gold Conference. So
yeah. Very, very impressive split from Zelkor. I'm not going to really have you talk about Zelkor anymore, Keith, because this is his second award, so we've kind of talked about him a lot already.
That's fair.
He did really well, and he picked up Rookie of the Year to go along with his all-conference bid. So congratulations on winning that, Zelkor, and I guess best of luck in the championship. So we're going to move to the best playoff performance. I want to stress that this is a individual award, not a team award, because obviously the best team is the team that's going to win the championship. So, at least in my eyes. So there was only 3 nominees, so we're just going to get right into where they're positioned. Coming in third place was TRF Rush. Very, very impressive playoffs for him. He did extremely well in all of his games, and he's led his team into the RP and into the Blue Conference Finals. And then it was that 3-game slugfest against Kodas Honkies. So very, 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 very good playoff performance from him. In second place we have Kostoikion. Obviously he's still playing in the playoffs. I'm aware of that, but he had 4 games where he didn't die in a row as an AD carry. That's hell of impressive. So big shout out to him. You finished in second place for that award. Coming in first is Zelkor. I think Zelkor really deserved this award. Once again, another award, 2 in a row. Because he kind of turned it on when he got to the playoffs. There was games in the regular season where he was kind of just alright, not extremely impressive or anything. But when he got to the playoffs, he turned it on, and it showed why he is a diamond top laner and why he's the head of that team. And there's really not much more we can say about the guy. He's already won 3 awards. I'm sorry, Zelkor. We're gonna kind of just stop talking about you for now until you win another award. I just really you guys don't have anything else to say about him, right?
Well, it's kind of hilarious how
I didn't even realize
Straka was the one who said Meme Team 6 was the worst team in the playoffs, and he turned it on, like you said. So
and you know what? He kind of showed them up a lot. So hey, congratulations on winning another Ace award. Showing that we don't have any bias, because I wouldn't give you a single award because you beat us and knocked us out of the money. So, just saying. I hold grudges. A little bit. Alright. We're going to move into the next award. This is the best bot lane. I'm going to get right into the trophies again because we only have 3 nominations. Coming in third place, we have Sex Out of the League. We have a really, really good AD carry in that bot lane with Gumby. But Vanny DC wasn't the best support, so I think that's why they got pushed down to third. Still, very, very good split from Sex out of the league in their bot lane. The second place bot lane is PMC. That bot lane was hella scary. Every time I turned on a PMC game, that bot lane was either carrying or they were in dead smack middle of things making shit happen. And you know what? That's kind of rare to see in a bot lane. And, you know, I'm blanking on the ADK's name for that bot lane, but, you know, it's Jay Lysinger. And they were gigantic for that team, and they needed them to do well for them to even have a chance at winning. And coming in first place is the Koda Tonkeys. At the beginning of the split, I didn't think Alex was the best ADK, you know? Or not
Support.
ADK, support, yeah, because I'm a support, you know? But I think she actually probably would have had one of the claims for most improved over the split, because she's gotten a lot better. I was just watching the playoff game recently, and she was poking down the other ADK. She was doing super well. And, you know, when you put that with Mikey, who's considered one of the better AD carries, if not the best AD carry in the split, and his shot calling and everything, you get a really good bot lane, and that shows with the Kodas Honkies. Keith, this is your bot lane, so I mean, you talked about them a little bit earlier, but you want to talk about what you think, Alex and Mikey, and how well they work together?
Well, I mean, Mikey just says Alex is his defensive weapon, and or defensive item, and it's kind of true. I mean, Alex, she stays with Mikey literally all the time and protects him constantly. It's insane. Like, she plays Janna and Nami like specifically to protect Mikey, and I mean, it's great because it works really well. Because Mikey likes to go really hard, and sometimes that puts him in bad situations, and Alex always bails him out, and it works really well for our like. They work really well together, mostly because Mikey's been like helping her out with how to play towards his style, and they mesh really, really well together. There's nothing else to say about it, really.
I agree. What do you think of the bot lane for Kodas Honkies, Cassidy?
Yeah, you got it. I mean, I think he said all there is to say.
I would agree with that statement. Very good bot lane. And just from like playing with those two people together, you just see an improvement, and I was very impressed by that. And you know, they beat PMC in the playoffs, so obviously they were a better bot lane. So very, very good split from the Kodas Honkies bot lane. All right, finally, not finally, but this is the last major individual award, and it's the MVP of the whole split. This was constantly talked about, and it was brought up, and you know, people claiming to be the MVP themselves. You have people giving the MVP to the other people. So this is probably the main reason I put the show together in the first place, is to get the MVP discussion done and over with. We're gonna give the MVP to somebody tonight. I know people might not agree with this, but I think the voters did a good job on determining the MVP. So let's get right into it. We only have three nominees, so we'll go right into it right now. Third place for the MVP was Silent K. Him and Versh and Mikey were all extremely close in the voting. I kind of gave away the nominees, I know, but they were all very, very close. It was not a very big gap in between the three people, and the gap between third and second place was only 0.175. So very, very close. Silent K, great split. We already talked about him. Best jungler, we said, in the split for the Blue Conference. Coming in second was TRF Versh. I think the reason above putting TRF Versh above Silent K is how much more he had to do for his team. Chad had a little bit more around him to help him out. Not saying he did bad. Not saying they carried him. But Versh had not as good of a supporting cast, and I feel like that's why we had to give the silver to TRF Versh. Also, TRF Versh, that team won, so you know, and he played a hell of a series. So finally we have the winner of the MVP award, and it just like it pains me. I just want to tell you guys, it pains me to give this to him, like a lot, because I hate him. And like I fought with him. I obviously don't think Mikey's the MVP, by the way, but I'm gonna stick with my voters.
Say it. You just
well,
say
okay,
it.
people. Oh, well, I messed it up. No. I'm sorry. People are going to see a little bit of the next screen. Kostoikian is the MVP. He had a great split. Oh, this is when people are going to see the next screen. You guys didn't see anything. We'll get to that in a second. Kostoikian is the MVP of the league. This was decided on by independent voters. He only beat Versh by I think it was .250. That was the how close they were to being like the difference in gold and silver. He had a great split. Obviously, we've talked about him a bunch of times. I don't quite know how he won. I don't know. He's disliked, so I don't really have much to say. Keith, what do you feel about your captain, your AD carry? How do you feel about him taking away the MVP tonight?
You know, I just think that Mikey's kind of hyped up. I mean, like, yeah, he's good and like everything, but I just want to say that without me, he'd be fucking nothing. That's all I gotta say.
Without you, he'd be nothing.
Yeah, dude, he's always like, dude, come down and gank for me. Like, literally all the time. He's always asking for ganks. I'm just like, dude, fucking play your own game, man. And so, like, he needs me. That's all I gotta say.
Alright. You know, Cassidy, Mikey's your friend. He's not my friend. So, how do you think about him winning the MVP?
Yeah, I mean, Gumby brought up a valid point. How he did not win the best AD carry, and he won the most valuable player. And there's a distinct difference. I think, you know, Mikey's grown a lot mechanically and gotten a lot better as far as his position goes. But where his strength lies is in his knowledge of the game and his control of his team. You know, I don't think anyone will say that he is mechanically better than, you know, some of the upper echelon AD carries or other, you know, top tier players here. But, you know, he knows about as much as anyone else here in the OLS and has been able to take his team to the finals twice. So,
yeah. So, congratulations, Mikey. As much as I didn't want you to win, but you won. Just to let you know.
And it was a lot. He really didn't want him to win.
This is like another one that I almost rigged the votes on because I didn't want to give Mikey the MVP. Because now I'm going to hear about how I gave Mikey the MVP, guys. So I just want everybody to know that I didn't want him to win it.
yeah, we
all jokes aside.
It's not a joke.
Stop. All jokes aside, very good split for all these people. We're gonna get into the final award. It's kind of an award. It's the all LLS team. If I was to field a team to face Pit A from the LLS, this is the team I would field. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. In the top lane we have Zelkor. Obviously, the dude's taking home like 5 awards. I don't think anybody needs me to talk about him. In the jungle we have Chad. Hell of a split. We've already talked about him a bunch. You guys have anything else to say about Chad? Silent K?
Jungle Katarina is scary.
Chatterina
Chatterina is scary.
I'm sorry.
Chatterina is not scary. Stick to Kha'Zix, bud. Alright. Or I guess a new jungler, because we're in a different kind of thing. In the mid lane we have Fartosh. That dude played a hell of a good split. I don't really know if anybody came close to him playing mid lane, to be honest. So maybe he's easy, but not really. He did really, really well. AD carry, we give it to Gumby. Dude, you did an incredible job, and I think with a little bit better support, you did an even better job. So if we were to give you a support for this team, we'd give you the Susie Tiger. This team looks scary to me. I wouldn't want to face this team. You guys did a hell of a job this whole split. These are the best 5 players at their individual roles. The split determined by the voters. So congratulations to you guys, all OLS team. Just a hell of a good job. I just want to give a nice applause to all the award winners tonight. Just a big nice round of applause to all you guys. You did so well tonight, and all throughout the whole split. And it was very, very good. Very good job. So that was the end of the OLS awards. You guys are jerks when I asked you guys to do stuff, so I decided to put in an extra slide of awards for the people who were annoying and didn't actually help me out when I asked. So, without further ado, here are the other awards that nobody knows about. We have the top memer, goes to Dylan Atkinson. Very, very close though. Was Andrew
Now, get
Rabinick.
me.
Was Andrew Rabinick. Very close to winning this award. But Dylan Atkinson took it home. Dylan Atkinson took it home. We had top liker.
Football, please.
We had
Lost
top
open
liker / most hated. Now, some people agree this is the same thing. This is Dylan. This is,
meme it up, baby!
this
Alright.
is live.
Bezos and everybody
Stop! Live reaction right there from Dylan Atkinson for winning. Okay, top liker most hated, which Sheridan. I just want to give you love for this. You said it's the same thing. We're gonna give that to Alex Stiegel. Congratulations for that. Top liker most hated. Most likely to tell you that you're wrong. Evan Randazza. Dude, without a doubt, that's your award. I should have just named it the Evan Award.
Evan
Because
Randazza literally knows everything about anything in the entire world.
I agree with
Can't
that
confirm.
statement. The Creme de la Meme Award, which I'm not entirely sure what that means, goes to Sank Atilasoy.
Go
I don't
for
know. I don't know if you're watching Sank, but you won the award. And congrats, man. Most likely to have a girlfriend and be in law school. Shocker on this one. Chad took it home. I don't know if
Oh,
you guys
shit.
were expecting that or not, but he took it home. The Literally Everything Award goes to the people that were nominated for literally everything. We had Sheridan nominate Anna Fazzini, and we had Alex nominate Mikey Albaugh. So they both shared the award. I couldn't give it to one of you guys. I'm really sorry. And then we have the best captain of a team that ruined people's fun. That goes to Ryan Molnar. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't draft a team of Smurfs, because that's a real jerk thing to do. Just saying. Just saying. But I just want to thank everybody for coming to the awards show and listening in. You guys all did a really good job this split. Some people did a little bit better. Some people, like Zelcor, took home like 20 million awards tonight, which I didn't plan and didn't even realize until I got to like the third one. So, very good split. Had a lot of fun covering it. Had a lot of fun playing in it. Keith and Cassie, you have anything to say about the split in general and how much you enjoyed it, how much you disliked it? I don't really know.
Yo, Ka and Meme Team States both suck. I'm out.
Okay,
Can't
Cassie.
confirm.
Alright.
Both do suck.
Both do suck. Alright, and yeah, stay tuned to the finals. It will be posted on when it's getting streamed on the main page. That's gonna be a really good game, and you guys really should go watch it. I think we had 50 viewers for TRF versus Kaw at one point, or 60, something ridiculous. So we definitely should get up to that point for the finals. It's gonna be a good one. Best of 5. Thanks everyone. No Twitch questions tonight because there's not really anything to question, and I don't feel like answering stuff because I don't feel well. So thank you for coming out. This will be on YouTube as soon as I can get it on YouTube. But once again, thanks. I just want to thank the 8 people that helped me vote, or helped me pull and do whatever. You guys know who you are. I message you individually. I want to thank you for that. It's time to bust open the hub, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.